Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at analytical writing for class 10 English. If you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. You can listen to the explanations of lessons from classes 10, 11 and 12 English. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. Let's move on to the video now. So today we are going to see the analytical writing passage for class 10 English. Now this comes under section B and it has replaced story writing that you used to have for all these years. So analytical paragraph or summary writing is for 10 marks. So now let's look at how we are going to write an analytical paragraph. For analytical paragraph, as the name suggests, it is analyzing and comparing and then writing a summary about it. So it has a specific format. The format you have to follow is as follows. You have to start with an introduction, then write the body and then a conclusion. So now let's look at each part of it. So analytical writing is analyzing and writing. So you will be given some kind of data. Either it will be in the form of a chart, it can be a pie chart or a bar graph or a line graph or sometimes a table or a report as well or even a picture. So anything can be given in the form of data. You have to analyze the picture or data or graph and find out what is given in that and you have to write a summary about it. For example, I have shown you some pictures of the pie charts and bar graphs and line graphs. So these are some of the pictures that you might get. Now I have done an example, so now let's look at the example. So this is the example that we are going to do now. You can see a bar graph here. Study the chart below. It has been prepared after a study conducted on the sale of sneakers in New Jersey in the month of January 2020. Compare and analyze the chart and write a summary. So this is the question and you can look at the chart there. So what are the things? You can see the chart has an x-axis, y-axis and the bar graphs are there. So in the x-axis you can see the numbers and in the y-axis you can see the name of the brands. So these are all the sneakers. What are sneakers? They are all shoes worn for sports or even casual wear. Okay. So it is the number of shoes that have been sold in a particular month. So this is the data and by looking at the graph we are able to understand that Adidas has sold 25 pairs, New Balance 18, Nike is 32, Reebok is 15 and some other less known brands were able to sell at least 10 pairs. So this is the data and now we have analyzed this. We were able to understand what is shown in this chart. Now we are going to write it. So as I told you, we have start with an introduction. Now the introduction is a very simple sentence and you can get the cue from the question itself. So what is the statement you have to write for the introduction? You have to write the given chart depicts the data of sales of different varieties of sneakers in New Jersey in the month of January 2020. So what is given in the question? The same thing you have to write, but then you have to add this word, the given chart depicts or shows or gives the data, whatever. Okay, so this one sentence will form your introduction. And one thing you have to remember while writing this summary is don't give any your own ideas. You have to only stick to the facts that are given in the chart. Okay, now that we have written the introduction, let's move on to the body part. Now for the body part, you have to write two paragraphs. The first paragraph is a brief introduction of what is the chart about. For example, in this question, we are showing about the data of shoes or sneakers sold in the month of January. So we can write 2 or 3 sentences about sneakers. So teenagers and grown-ups equally like to wear sneakers for all kinds of sporting activities and even casual use. Different varieties of sneakers are available in the market these days. Most often people choose to buy branded ones because of their durability and comfort. Some of the well-known names in sneakers are Nike, Reebok, Adidas and New Balance. Apart from these, there are many more too. So this is a small introduction to your body part because you are going to talk about the different brands of sneakers and their sales for the month. So this is how you are going to start the first paragraph of the body. And now for the most important part, the second paragraph of the body, that is where you are going to write your analysis and comparison between the different brands. So, Nike tops the sales as it was able to sell more than 30 pairs in the month of January. This is followed by Adidas, which was able to sell about 25 pairs. Next in line is New Balance, which is also very popular with people. It was able to get a sales of 18 pairs. Though Reebok is one of the favorites of the masses, it has been able to sell only 15 pairs. Apart from these big names, a few other less known brands were also able to sell a few pairs in January 2020. So, you have clearly analyzed and compared the sale of various brands according to the data given in the chart. Okay. So, you have not used any your own fact, all these facts are clearly depicted in the data. So, this is how you have to write your second paragraph, by analyzing and comparing. And now let us move on to the conclusion. Now, in the conclusion part you should be very careful. You have to write the conclusion as to what you have understood by looking at the chart, that is how the sales was, how the profit was, or whatever. So, for example, in this I have written in short. So, in short is the connecting word between the previous paragraphs and the conclusion. So, you can start with in short, Nike was able to get the highest number of sales of sneakers in New Jersey in the month of January, or also you can reword it as Nike was able to get the highest number of profit or highest amount of profit in the month of January compared to other brands like Reebok, Adidas, New Balance and other less known sneakers. So, one or two valuable points you have to conclude based on the analysis that you have done. So, this is for the conclusion part. So, this is exactly how you have to write the summary of analyzing or analytical writing. And one thing you have to keep in mind is always try to use the third person. Do not use my, our, yours, etc. until a chart based on your personal activity is given. Otherwise, try to write it in the third person itself. So, for example, do not write from the above chart I understand. So, do not use such terms. You just write in short the XYZ is the result or whatever, how I have written in that sentence. So, use only the third person, never use the first person and second person, etc. So, here is one example question if you would like to work on it. The following is a line graph showing the increase and decrease in the wildlife population, especially animals like bears, dolphins and whales through the years 2017 to 2022. Analyze and compare the facts and make a summary of it. And you can see a line graph here. You can see the blue line is depicting the increase in the population of bears. The yellow line is for the dolphins and the grey line is for the whales. So, you can look at the number of animals that have increased or decreased through the years and then understand it and write the summary in the way I have showed you. I hope you like the video. For more informative videos, do subscribe to Hello English Teacher, like, share and give your valuable comments below. Thank you for watching.